friends to my kitchen. Bem-vindos à minha cozinha. As we approach the end of summer, I have a lot of stuff in my garden and I need to preserve all that so we can use throughout the rest of the year. So I'm at the end of my basil. I already made some pesto with it and this is the end of it. So I'm gonna finish and I'm gonna do more pesto. And then also I'm gonna use this pesto for pasta salad that I'm gonna do for dinner. So I washed all the whatever that was left of my basil, and then I just let it dry. Sometimes I go with a salad spinner and I dry it, but I don't feel like taking it out, so I just been letting it sit and air drying. So in here I have maybe about 10 cloves of garlic. That depends how much garlic you like. I like a lot of garlic, so I put it. And then I have a cup of walnuts. You can use walnuts, you can use pecans, or you can use pine nuts. The one I did before I used pine nuts, I'm going to use this with walnuts because I have a lot of them, and I toasted just a little bit just to get that nutty flavor. And I'm gonna blend all this in my handy dandy food processor. I have a new one coming up, but Amazon hasn't been very good these days. Everything is delayed. So I'm just gonna blend all this, my garlic and my walnuts, and then we're gonna put it aside. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil. You're gonna need a lot of olive oil for this. And you're gonna need some Parmesan cheese, which is what I have here. I want this to be a little bit loose so it can blend good. See a large garlic clove. I'm going to take it aside and blend it. So now I'm going to put this aside. You know, you can buy this stuff at the store, but I love basil and I grow every year. And then every year I do my own basil. There's nothing like making your own. I'm always saying that because it's true. You know what you put it in. You can customize whatever you want to put it in. So, you know, why not make it? It's easy to grow in a windowsill. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil. And we're just going to blend all this basil. And you want it into a paste. Press and go. I'm going to push it down, and I'm going to add a little bit more. I like to use pesto in a lot of things. My husband doesn't, but I have some customers that do like pesto, so I use in pasta salads. I use in breads. I use in pizza. A pizza with pesto, delicious. I use in my sandwich, my panini. There's one and more. So I'm just gonna keep blending all this, and then I'll show you. I just need all that blended. Like a paste, like I said. Okay. So now I'm gonna mix this You can see everything is just blended. And I'm gonna keep doing till I finished with all the basil. I'm at the end of my blending all my pesto, making it into a paste. And it takes a lot of patience. Of course, if I had my bigger blender, wouldn't be enough time. But you can use this if you don't have a, I mean not a blender, if you don't have a food processor, you can use on your blender. So now, into this, I'm gonna add lemon. And the lemon the only reason I use lemon is because I don't want this to change in color. I want some acid to keep that that basil at that color. That's all I'm gonna do. You can add 1 lemon or half a lemon. I could have just used half a lemon, but I like the lemon. Like I said, I use this in everything. I have a couple of seeds in here. I don't want them in there. Get the seeds out. Oh, there's 1, 2, 1 more. I use this in a lot of marinade. And my basil is all blended. I'm gonna mix all this together. And this makes nice gifts, you know, for people that you know that like to cook with basil. Now, all we gotta do is mix that garlic with all the basil. Ugh, the smell. That's what I say. Once you make your own, you will never go to buy in the stuff in the store. We're gonna add, I have a cup of shredded, half a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. And then you go by the consistency that you want. I want a little bit more, a little bit thinner, not much. And then I haven't added no salt. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of salt. And my basil is done, my pesto. Now you put this in little jars, seal it, and we're done. I'm gonna use this for dinner tonight, for a recipe that I'm making, and I will show you. But here's my pesto. See? Oh, that garlic, that Parmesan cheese, and you want a good olive oil for this. I can smell that olive oil, that grassy olive oil. Delicious. So now I'm gonna get some jars, put this, and then I'm gonna use what I need in my pasta. I have my jar sanitized, and now I'm gonna fill up with my pesto. You don't want to fill them up too much, like I did, because then you need to put, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on top, and you need some space for that. So usually 1 scoop, 1 full scoop is enough. And I have my lids also sanitizing. I'm gonna leave the rest for my pasta. And you want to clean the top with some distilled vinegar. I had apple cider vinegar, that's what I'm going to use. And what it does, it helps so there's no bacteria. And then I drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top. Very little. Now I'm gonna get my lids. Okay friends, I cooked some pasta and I left some pesto here in the bottom. And now I'm gonna make a simple, easy pasta salad. Cook whatever pasta you like. And then I have some tomatoes out of my garden, whatever is left. I'm gonna add that. Some tomatoes. I had some leftover walnuts. I'm gonna add that. You can add whatever you want into this. And I'm gonna add some more Parmesan cheese, just because you can never have too much cheese. So I'm grating some cheese, Parmesan. And this is gonna be served with pork chops. I have pork chops marinating, and this is what's gonna be for dinner for me and for a friend, a couple of friends. I'm gonna try taste this. I didn't have no salt, but I had enough salt in that pesto. So I wanna make sure you get a bite of everything. And you can add anything else in here. I don't have there's tomatoes. Or like sweet, so sweet. Nothing like growing your own tomatoes. But my tomatoes all summer give nothing. Now they're full of tomatoes. But they're all green. I don't know if they're gonna get any red, any past that. Oh, this is so good. I don't have cranberries. I like to add some cranberries in here. But, so anyway, so that's what's gonna be for dinner. Add a little bit of parsley also, just because I want a little bit more green. And it has that lemony from that I put it in the pesto. It is so delicious and so easy. You can make this for summer salad. You can add vegetables in here, especially now for fall. Butternut squash, roasted. You can roast any kind of vegetable and add to it. Doesn't have to be just for summer. I'm gonna plate it and see and show you. Here it is, my pesto pasta salad. It was easy to make and delicious. Here it is, friends, my pesto. I have, give me 3 bottles, that little bit that I had, and then it gave me even enough to make a pesto pasta salad with whatever I have left in my garden. I had a few tomatoes that they were ripened, so I used that. I had leftover walnuts, I used that. And you pretty much can use anything. You can use butternut squash, any other vegetables that you would like. Doesn't have to be just for the summer. So when I make this pesto, I use this in everything. I mix this with my mayonnaise and make a nice, delicious tomato sandwich. Delicious. Paninis, I use this. On pizza, I use this. Pasta salad, on soups. So if you have a little bit of a garden, or even just to put in a windowsill, a little bit of basil, don't let it go to waste. Make pesto. So now you have a recipe that you can make. Some of you have asked how I made my pesto. That's how I made it. So you give it a try. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Give me some thumbs up. Share my videos on your social media with your friends. I also want to show you something that if you want some of my recipes, there's this magazine that is called California Portuguese Pulse. You can order on Amazon. There is some of my recipes featured in this magazine. So you can go and order. They're gonna have it quite often. I don't know how often they're gonna have this magazine, but there is some recipes featured, and there's other Portuguese and California small business in this book. So give it a check it out. I think it's only $8 at Amazon, and it's something good to help out the business, California business. What they do is they raise this money and they help small business, to promote small business that are struggling, especially with all this going on. So you give it a try and check out this book. And until next time, let's get cooking. Have a good day.